welcome to inkpulp Live.
Oh shit! The Turtle Power episode. Sean made fun of me for wearing a Spider-Man shirt the other episode, so I purposely rocked the turtle shirt.
Well, I rocked my Brooklyn tank just to rep the urban environment the turtles inhabit.
They're New Yorkers. They're East Coast, man. Sean, I had to make a big announcement right off the bat for the show.
Go for it.
I got a lot of messages and DMs about this, and we're saving this for the last 20 minutes of the show. You got to stay tuned for the last 20 minutes. It's true. The rumors are true. Sean has cleared out half of his studio for a little dance area, and he will be recreating the Vanilla Ice Ninja Rap dance from Ninja Turtles 2 at the end of our show.
Absolutely.
Stay tuned, guys.
I've been working on my backspin with my shell on. Like I'm ready to go.
Go ninja, go ninja, go. Go ninja, go ninja, go.
All right,
Jazzy Jamie Wood is here with us. Jazzy Jamie Wood.
Jazzy Jamie, our homie. Our personal splinter.
I appreciate that so much.
And once again, inkpulp Live is brought to you by the Champagne of Waters, Topo motherfucking Chico.
Dude,
but
where did you get that huge? That's like a oversized.
It's a 40 ounce. I got my 40.
Incredible, man.
I got it at Whole Foods.
It's amazing. We wanted to start the show off on a serious note, not to be a bummer, but we're dedicating this episode tonight to the genius master, Michael Zulli, who I just found out he passed away. My buddy Chris Pierce, host of Comic Tropes, co-host of Trash Movie Bonanza, as you guys know. He's in the chat. He texted me to let me know Michael passed away today. I don't really know any of the details about it, but if you guys don't know Michael's work, I mean, he was a genius and did Turtle stuff for the original Mirage run and also did the brilliant Puma Blues comic book. But I mean, just seeing these pages, you can tell this guy was a master. Absolutely incredible, gorgeous work. So shout out and dedication to the master, Michael Zulli.
Yeah, rest in peace, man.
Killer work, man. Killer
really
work.
Pretty stuff. I remember seeing those Turtles comics when they came out. Really good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, Jamie, let me just see the camera here real quick because I want to announce something. All right, you guys. Why is it upside down? I'm going to fix that real quick. There we go. Look at that. Much better. All right, so everyone, here's the deal. I told you all you could pick the turtle. I will paint at the very end. I'm going to paint in the mask the color of the turtle you all choose. In order to vote, because we're going to have a little vote going on, it's going to be a super chat. So if you hit super chat, if you want to vote, you got to hit super chat, and you'll get your vote calculated. So
nice.
Help us pick the turtle. And I'm going to go over today. Today's going to be some new tools because I'm always trying to do that. So I got this system that Jonathan Glapion turned me on to. So this right here is just the holder, I believe. I haven't even opened this stuff yet. Yeah, so this is just the holder. And then these are all nibs. And some of them are like lettering nibs, like a calligraphy parallel pen nib. It's going to be interesting to ink with. If I can ever get them out of here. Here, I'll do this.
Some tight packaging.
Yeah, well, it's Japanese packaging. It's beautiful. All right, so here's one of those nibs. All right, this is like a little calligraphy nib. You can kind of see the flat tip. I think the other one's going to be a bigger calligraphy nib. So I'm just going to mess with.
We just got our first super chat from Chris.
Okay.
Chris, $4.99 says Donatello.
Oh, all right. Well, I am Shawnatello, so that makes sense.
Chris, thank you so much, dude.
Thank you, Chris.
That's
Much
awesome.
love and respect. All right, here we go. So here's the other one. So now we've got these two calligraphy nibs. Those are going to be like parallel pens. And then this one is Jonathan's favorite. This is going to be very interesting to ink with. Jim, this is like something you and I have never messed with.
I'm
This is a
excited
very-
about all these new tools you're breaking out for this show. I wasn't prepared for this, but I love that it's just a live experimentation. This is awesome.
But that's what I've been doing. I'm trying to do that every show. So, Jim, you can't. No, this is not the one Jonathan told me about. This is just like a medium-sized nib. I don't think I got the one Jonathan talked about, unless it's this one, which maybe it is. But this whole system is Hokoro by Sailor. You can see it right here, Hokoro. I don't know if you can see that. Hokoro by Sailor. It's a dope little system here. No, I don't have the one Jonathan was telling me about. Shit. I got to find that one. We'll do that another show. But also, I want to introduce you guys because I am going to use brush too. And this, I'm always using different brushes on the show. This right here is a classic inking brush. This was the Gaijin brush of choice. Jason Pearson inked body bags with this one. Adam Hughes inked Ordinary Heroes with this one. Carl Story inked Brian with this one. This is the Scharf 3000. It's a Kolinsky hairbrush. Dexter Vines inked Ed McGuinness with this one. So this was an Atlanta staple. When I started coming to Atlanta and visiting Gaijin studios in their heyday, I saw all these yellow brushes. And if you know from watching me in the show, Raphael's are black with an orange tip, and Winsor Newtons are all black. So I saw these yellow brushes. I was like, wait, what are they using? Because I thought they used the Raphael's, and Brian explained to me we did until we discovered these. And the reason they're great brushes, but the reason Atlanta people gravitate towards them is because they have their factory headquarters in Atlanta. So
there you go.
So Brian took me to the shop and I bought a bunch, but they're still here. I just talked to Dexter today because I saw he was using a Scharf, and I almost forgot about him. I have a whole box of them, but I was like, dude, where are you getting them now? And he's like, oh, they're still here. So that's cool. So
it's a sexy brush, and it's required by law if you're in Atlanta and you're a comic artist that you have to be
ATL.
You have to be using that brush at some point.
Yeah. If you're gonna move to Atlanta, you have to kind of go through a trial by brush.
Trial by brush for sure.
Trial by brush. So all these little nibs. Let me show you guys real quick. The way they work is, they just how do they go on? Oh wait, does this come off? No. Oh great. What am I doing? Haha! This is the nib. It was upside down.
Holy shit!
Jonathan
people
told me about. Can you see the angle on it? It's blurry.
that's like a ninja weapon, man.
Yeah. So we'll start with that. So this guy, you can put the nibs in here for travel upside down, and then you just pop them out, and that you can just replace them as you're going. So fuck yeah.
Very cool.
Remember, this show's about craft, Jim. We are all about craft here.
I love it.
All right. I'm going to pour some ink, and we'll see what this guy does.
Let's check in quickly, Jim. What are you using?
Just a little. I'm cheating. I started this drawing of April O'Neil this morning, and I'm just warming up with a little.
I mean, is there a topic? Oh, shit. Attack Peter. Peter, what's up, man? Thank you so much.
Peter,
Dude,
we love you,
awesome.
dog.
Guys, if you have not listened to the inkpulp podcast this week, we have Peter on. It was a fucking killer episode. Peter had great ideas about conventions.
It really was.
Dude, so good. He dropped so much important.
Oh, did you listen?
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah. It's actually, man, I think it's one of your guys' best episodes.
That's because Eric wasn't there, right?
It's I didn't even think about that part of it. No, I was just gonna say it's just because it was like Peter and I have the same philosophies about
Yeah. Well,
basically
we talked.
everything.
Mateo and I brought you up in that conversation for that very reason.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Today,
We just had another,
brought to
just
you
quickly.
by the. Yeah.
Oh, we had another $10 super chat from
Oh
Amanda
shit!
Martinez.
Thank you,
Want to
Amanda.
read that out, Sean?
Yeah, just jumped on, and I don't know what we're voting for, but Leonardo all the way, and Sean, you're my hero. Oh, thank you. So yeah, what you're voting for is at the very end of the show. I'm gonna paint the mask, the color of the turtle that gets the most votes in the super chat. So for $10, let's say that's two. Let's say every $5 is a vote. So $10 is 2 votes, right? How's that sound?
Sounds
That
good.
sounds that sounds
Amanda's
correct.
comment seems to be stuck on the screen. Let me try and get it off.
I'm not mad at it, but I'm gonna take a little herbal supplement.
Jamie, get rid of that comment. We're not going to add to Sean's enormous ego. Get rid of that comment.
I can't. It's not letting me.
Oh my god.
Amanda, you're
amazing.
there for the rest of the episode.
All right. Is it does the super chat just stick to it for a little while?
No, I clicked to highlight it, and now I'm clicking hide, and it won't.
We're shutting
All
this
right.
show down. We're shutting this live stream down.
All right. I'm gonna just start by making some marks with this funky ass nib because Glapion sent me some like text images of what he was doing with it. I was like, dude, I will never be able to get that, but let's see what I can get. This is a funky ass little nib. Maybe when it's black, you can see it better. No, it's just unclear, but fuck it.
Rock that, dude. Make some magic. Feels good to be here.
Oh,
It's
man.
Wednesday.
Yeah, this show has been a real gift.
It's time is just flying too damn quick, dude. It's pretty crazy.
Jim, this might replace the parallel pen.
Oh, you've already made the decision already in just one.
I'm just telling you, it is baller as fuck.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Just
can
got
hear you great, Jamie.
Yeah, I got disconnected there. I think that's why that message was stuck, but I got it.
Oh, you were disconnected?
Yeah, you cut out for some reason.
We
Hey,
gotta
Sean.
have what?
Sean, when you come out here and we do our 4th episode, can you bring all those tools that you're
Absolutely. Absolutely. For sure.
Because I definitely want to try them all out while you're here.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna kind of cycle through them right now in the show. They also sell an attachment that you can put on the base here. Jamie, get me on screen real quick.
Just quickly, we got another super chat there, but no message this time.
Oh,
$19.99 from Shasta.
Thank you,
So-
Shasta. Thank you.
Shasta, thank you. That's
That was
awesome.
very sweet.
These
All
are
right,
all
so
like Sean's super fans. I don't know any of these people. What is, Sean is bribing these people to be part of the show. What is happening here? What is happening?
So yeah, you can get a little attachment for here, so it holds more ink, even, which I'm really curious about because I did buy some of those. I wasn't going to use them today because I'm just playing with them and getting to know them. But thank you very much, Shasta. That's so sweet. All right,
Sean.
let's try. Oh shit! What, Jim?
I was gonna tell my first story of the night, if that's okay. Are we ready
Go
for a
for it.
Let's do it.
quick story? Dude, 1987. I'm in a extracurricular art class that I was taking on the weekends. Mrs. Knippy was the teacher, awesome lady. And this is early 87. There's no Ninja Turtles anything except the comic book. There's no cartoon. No one knows about the Ninja Turtles, right? So Mrs. Knippy, I'm 12 years old. Mrs. Knippy's son is like 16 years old, and he's kind of this like cool guy, type dude, and he made this custom mat board portfolio to hold all of his artwork. And on the portfolio, he hand drew the logos of all of his favorite comic books at the time. So like X-Men, G.I. Joe, and everything. One of the logos on the mat board is Eastman and Laird's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I see just that title, just that logo, and I'm like, what the hell is Eastman and Laird's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? And he's like, oh, dude, you don't know? It's the greatest black and white comic book. You know, he's like kind of a smart ass. And so I immediately, after the class is over, my mom picks me up and I beg her and annoy the shit out of her for like weeks until she takes me to the comic shop. And I run into the shop and I was like, do you have mutant turtle mutant? And the comic book guy is like, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, we have it. The new issues on the shelves. And I go over to the shelf, dude, and I pick up this very comic book. Issue 10 of the original Mirage series has just come out.
Oh shit!
And
that's the issue you bought right there in your hand.
This is it. It's still in pretty good condition. And I grab it and like my hands are like shaking, Sean. I'm like 12. I'm like, what is this? What the hell? And I it's very expensive. It's $1.50. Most comics in 87 were like 60 cents, 75 cents or something. So I get the book home and I'm reading it that night, and my fragile little mind is just completely blown away by like what I'm seeing here. I don't know any of the characters, any of the story, but it's the most exciting, thrilling, you know, comic book experience that I had basically at that point. And also like the ink, when you hit the ink with your finger, it smudges off on your fingers a little bit. So there's like this tactile thing going on with it. But then also in this issue, man, they have like, you know, the gatefold centerfold with the shredder returning. And so this whole thing completely blew my mind. And so I begged my mom to take me back to the comic shop because I have to know more about the Turtles.
You're a little addict.
And then I get the first comics collection of the first, what is this? The first 3 issues, first 4
That's
issues?
what I got. That right there is what I got.
And this is all in full color. But dude, the first issue's in here and explains, you know, their entire origin. So
oh man,
I was able to get the full story. And then here's the crazy thing, man. Like I had the greatest secret in the world in my pocket. Like I was going to school with these books in my backpack and showing them to kids during recess, you know, in the parking lot of school or whatever, because no one knew what Ninja Turtles was yet. So I'm showing all my friends that are people that weren't even into comics, like skateboarders and the weirdo heavy metal kids in my school. I'm working up the bravery to be like, you want to see the coolest thing in the world? And they're like, well, what is it? You got porn, you got Mad Magazine. We already know Mad Magazine. And I'm like, and I'm breaking these comics out and people are like, what the fuck? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? What is this? And then that year, dude, in like December, January, I don't know how it was for other areas of the country, but in St. Louis, the cartoon and the Playmates toys and everything hit in like December of 87. So I saw all that stuff and I was kind of confused, you know, because the Turtles, they talk like surfers and they love pizza and they have the different colored headbands. And
right.
To me, it wasn't the book, but one of my younger brothers, my brother John, was 7 years old at the time and he absolutely loved it. So I could kind of live like vicariously through him, but still know and love like the Mirage comic books. Like that was my jam, you know. But dude, for a hot second there,
What?
For a hot second there, man, in 87, I had this thing that like no one knew about. And it made sense to me later that it would blow up to become this like cultural phenomenon, because everybody's reaction to it when they would see it would just be like, what the hell? What is this? This is the coolest thing anyone had ever seen, you know?
Right, right. Plus, it's interesting how that cartoon changed what they were so much, and they're almost more identifiable from that than anything else.
Definitely. And I was a little, not bummed out, but I was a little concerned or weirded out that it was this different version, because I was young and I didn't know what commerciality meant. I didn't know that these guys
Right.
obviously had
Of
to tone it
course.
down. But the cool thing that made sense in one of the issues of the Turtles comic, Kevin Eastman just broke it down and explained to everyone, like, hey, listen, there's two different Turtles universes that we're working with now. There's the all ages cartoon and toys with the
Right,
colored
right,
headbands and the turtle
right.
cereal and all that. And he's like, and there's still always going to be the black and white edgy Mirage comic books for you guys to enjoy. So just relax a bit and let us like do our thing. We know what we're doing. You know?
Yeah, I remember that happening. I remember realizing for the first time, like, oh shit, this will just allow them to do more of what we love. Like the
Yes.
money they're making off of that will allow for more turtle shit. That's not a bad thing.
But at the time,
Jimmy,
you know, I had never experienced something in real time going that
no,
commercial.
either. Right, same here. Because I remember, like, me and my friends were into the turtles, but no one knew who they were, and it was like it was so fast. They became so huge.
Yeah.
It was definitely different.
But, you know, I
Jim,
think,
you're gonna freak out when you try. These pens are fucking amazing.
oh, dude, I'm ready. Definitely bring
Amazing.
that stuff out here.
I definitely will. Don't even front.
But yeah, it was a super interesting thing to witness because, you know, with like growing up with Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, like that stuff had already been commercialized and turned into movies and cartoons and stuff.
Right.
So Turtles was basically the first thing that like I said, I just experienced it happening in
Right,
real
same
time.
here. To me, the turtles were the underground, and I was into punk rock and skateboarding, so it was like in line with that,
Yeah.
like being underground and independent. And then it just became huge. But I was excited for it. I was.
Oh,
I-
for sure. For sure. And even if I wasn't into all the commerciality, I still had like Eastman and Laird kept the Mirage comics going. And when they got too busy, they just hired a bunch of badass artists like Michael Zulli to do
right.
the Turtles comics, you know.
Do you have a favorite turtle comic?
I do. I have something that I was going to show off if I can find it.
I'm wondering if you're going to bring up what I was about to bring up.
Mine is like a weird thing because I'll show this off real quick. Heavy Metal Magazine, September '94.
Okay, yeah, yeah, we're on the same page. Go ahead.
Martin Emmond. I don't know if you guys know his work. He did a book at Tundra for Kevin Eastman called White Trash, fully painted.
Oh my god, that stuff is incredible.
And he did the Lobo Cop one shot for DC.
Yeah,
But
Jim turned me on to this stuff when I was visiting him like 2 years ago. I couldn't
but
believe what I
dude,
was seeing.
this is '92, and Martin did this just absolutely gorgeous, fully painted turtle story in Heavy Metal Magazine. And
Oh my god,
dude, just
that's
look
when
at
Kevin
how,
owned Heavy Metal, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Look at how incredible that is.
that's incredible, dude.
Yeah. So this is one of my absolute favorite Turtles things ever printed. And then Sean, I mean, check this shit out. It goes to just him doing like pen and ink.
Oh my god,
Absolutely gorgeous.
that is beautiful.
This dude was one in a million. We lost him way too young. He died tragically. I won't go into it. It's a dark kind of thing, but
Yeah, it is.
I did a whole episode on Martin Emmond with the cartoonist kayfabe guys on their channel that you can just go to kayfabe and look up. I think the title of it is just like White Trash Comics, and it's just all about Martin and his gorgeous work. But yeah, totally
Jim, before you put that away,
amazing.
Jameson Miller is asking what issue is that of Heavy Metal?
Oh, it's September '94.
What up, Jay?
I don't think there's numbers on these. Are there issue numbers? I don't know.
On the cover, isn't there? Or it might be in the indicia.
It's number 4 of whatever volume this is. But dude, just look for the sexy chrome girl cover painted by Julie Bell. Come on. We can't do all the work for you. Come on.
Dude, Kevin, I remember like he was married to her, like he married this penthouse model. He was Ninja Turtles were everywhere.
Oh, that was Julie Strain. He married Julie Strain.
Right. Yes. Julie.
Yeah,
Strain,
the B movie actress. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's awesome.
But I was like, God damn, like comic book artists are rock stars now.
Oh yeah. And then
Sean DK
Yeah.
Shed Art is asking which turtle you went with.
Which what? Oh,
Which
turtle.
turtle you've decided to go for?
I haven't yet. So what we're doing is people are gonna super chat their votes, and at the end of the show, when I'm done inking it, I'm gonna paint it whatever color of the turtle that gets the most votes in the super chat. And Jamie's keeping a tally of that.
We are currently at 1 vote for Donatello and 2 for Leonardo.
Surprised there's no Raphaels.
what about what was the one weird turtle from the cartoon? Or
What?
Slash or whatever? Was there a different
Oh, dude, I vaguely remember what you're talking about.
Wasn't there some like different just crazy versions that became
Wait, I'm
like
gonna look this up.
so many different alternate takes of them after a while?
There is one called Slash. Let me see if I
Yeah.
can get a picture up here.
Slash? Yeah, that sounds familiar. Jim, how's it going on your end?
I'm good. I'm just doing I cut out like 4 little smaller pieces of paper and I'm just doing like drawings of all the individual turtles if I can rock it, if I can do it.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. You want to see what these pens are doing for me so far?
Yes. Oh,
Is that
whoa.
Is that getting blurry as fuck, or can you see it okay?
Back it up just a little bit. Nice,
That?
dude. Okay. Crazy.
Yeah, these are wild, dude. I'm definitely digging on it. Definitely.
Okay, good to know. Tool talk. You got to have it.
Yeah, what I love about this show is it's so focused on craft and comics, and the craft is all about the comics.
Yes.
It's a much needed outlet right now.
Wait, do you guys want to see Slash? I've got a picture here.
Yeah,
do
show
it.
us Slash.
There he
Oh God, yes. Now I remember. He had like shredder elements.
He kind of reminds me of 90s cyborg Superman. Like he's half
Yes.
he's half turtle, but he's also half like the weird just kind of cyborg.
Dude, remember 90s Superman with the mullet?
Oh, yeah, dude. Are you kidding?
Oh, so bad.
Yeah. That's a whole whole era of just bad, awesome taste. You know, just
Yeah, so bad.
We have a
So
question here
I'm
from Nathan
yeah.
Campos Art asking, Sean, are you utilising the parallel ink pen? And Jim, what pen are you using to draw the turtles?
Jim, you go ahead and answer. I'll recap my answer after you.
yeah. I just always use this. It's just the green capped 3.8 Pilot Parallel, and I put the Rapidograph ink in it so that it's waterproof, so I can paint over it if I decide to add color later.
So I was showing everyone at the beginning of the show, and I urge you to, after the show's over, rewatch it all. But I'm trying out this new pen system. It's a Japanese pen system. And yes, there are nibs that are like parallel pens. They're calligraphy nibs. But there's also a crazy nib we inked with, which is this thing, which I can't really see it on camera, but the tip is bent up and get some crazy effects out of that. But I'm also using a Sharp brush, which was the Gaijin brush of the 90s. And a lot of my favorite inks and favorite comics were inked with this brush.
Did you make it to Gaijin Studios back in the day?
Yeah, a bunch of times. When
Okay,
I
that's
was
what I
at
thought. That's what I
SCAD,
thought.
yeah, when I was at SCAD getting my master's degree, I spent a summer interning with Andrew Robinson at Jolly Roger, which was in Macon.
Yes. Okay.
I was living in Savannah, so it was about a 2.5 hour drive to Macon, and then a 2 hour drive to Atlanta. So what I would do is I would do like 2 days, like a Thursday and a Friday. I'd drive, like I'd get up at 6, drive to Jolly Roger, intern for the day, go to Atlanta where I had a friend and would crash at his place. And the next day we would go to Gaijin and spend the
Yes.
day
Okay.
mainly with Brian. Brian and Cully were the, like, I mean, everyone was great to us, but Brian gave us a lot of time and a lot of knowledge. As
He's
everyone,
he's the man, dude. He's
yeah, Brian is a really important figure to the community, no doubt. And god damn, he's amazing.
oh yeah, without a doubt. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's top
unreal.
tier. That's top tier talent.
Yeah, and knowledge, like the knowledge that man has, it's crazy.
Sean, Eddie Sedgwick is asking, what does your tattoo say?
Which one? Which tattoo? I got a bunch of them all over here. I got passion. I got flexibility. I got strength. I got balance over here on this side. I got Wolf King on my knuckles.
The Wolf King.
That's right, motherfuckers.
Speaking of tattoos, Sean, do you want to show your tattoo?
Oh, yeah. So, guys, I did my first tattoo yesterday. So, I gave Jamie the picture. So, he's going to pull it up. This is my very first tattoo I've ever done. I designed it. I mean, after drawing comics for 20 years, my design and drawing skills are great. My tattoo skills are not, but that was so the original drawing I thought was solid, and I don't think it looks bad there, but it was definitely a medium I am not familiar with and not comfortable with. But I got over my nerves the minute it hit the skin. My nerves just went away, and got in my zone.
Really?
Yep. Yeah, that was awesome. Bill, I mean, I've been practicing in fake skin, so I've been getting a feel for the machine. So the nerves were just like everyone kept telling me like skin is so much better than that fake stuff I was using. In fact, Jim, your friend Annika and I were talking about that.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh great. Okay.
We've been talking a lot. I mean, she's on the same journey as me, so it's been nice to like talk to someone about it.
Yeah. Shout out to Annika. She's the homie.
And so the minute I hit skin and saw how much better it was, I was like, okay, I feel comfortable. And I had guess which album I put on for my first tattoo there, Jim?
Oh my God. Hold on. Let me give us some serious consideration, Sean.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say, because I know you very well, Weird Al Yankovic.
no,
Just eat it on repeat. Eat it. Dude, the girl getting tattooed is like, can you switch the song? Why why are you playing this over and over again? No, but what was I'm sorry, I'm being an idiot. What was the
No,
show?
no, it was great. I put on Nas Illmatic.
Oh hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Next
It
one.
just seemed appropriate. Like my first tattoo, my favorite album, like it just seemed appropriate.
Definitely.
That makes sense.
We have
Jamie,
a
is there
10
less glare on my
Looks
stuff
fine.
now?
Yeah, it looks good.
Is that okay?
Yeah, yeah. We got a $10 super chat from Adam Archer saying, question, how do you build an audience on social media without letting it drive you effing nuts? Keep up the good
That's a
work, lads.
really good question. Jim, why don't you? I mean, you did much better than I did, but why don't you take it? I can talk out after you.
Adam, first of all, your art is incredible. We love you, buddy, and everybody should follow Adam. Second of all, I always approach social media as a fun thing and not a stressful thing. If you take it too seriously, if you overthink it, it will drive you mad. So I kind of gave up on social media as an actual like money making thing. And I just approach it as I post my art on it basically every day just to let people know, let the world know that I'm an artist. I'm a working artist. This is what I do. If people choose to like my posts, that's fine. If not, that's also fine. It does work in promoting projects and selling things that I'm making available like on my website. And it does help with promoting appearances and all that stuff. But like our good buddy Jake Parker said, don't ever give a shit about followers. Give a shit about fans. Fans are the ones that will give you money, that support your work, that buy your product, that want your originals, that watch your YouTube shows. That's what you want. So the question is, how do you craft real fans? And that is to me an individual journey that every artist has to go on and kind of learn their own path. But it's also something as obvious as you got to create killer work and really make people say wow when they see what you're doing. And they want to know what you're doing next. They want to always follow what you're doing. So I don't know, Sean, can you jump in? Like, what do you,
Yeah,
like,
definitely. So, I mean, I was guilty of doing all the wrong things for way too long. And it was getting to know Jim that got me looking at things differently. And I started to understand, I guess, if you can understand what your lane is, or for a worse word, what your brand is, like what makes, like you got to ask yourself, what's going to make people engage with me? And if all you're doing is putting artwork up, you're saying my artwork has to be so incredibly badass that alone is going to create engagement. And I think that's setting yourself up for failure. So if you can understand what's unique about you. So for me, it was uh, my love of craft, my background as a teacher, and my love of hip hop, and then my artwork. And it so that, like, sure, someone who draws comics and loves hip hop, that weeds down the lane to, what, 10, 20 of us, Jim?
Mhm.
I mean, Jim,
Right.
Sanford, me, Mike Del Mundo, I mean, Wando, there's not a ton, but that's a lane. Okay, so then how do I separate my lane from those guys? Well, then I say, well, I'm, as you guys can see, with all the crazy tools I'm using on every show, I'm obsessed with craft. I'm obsessed with trying tools, experimenting, understanding what I'm doing. And then I have a background in teaching. So I think all of those things combined made me understand what I was. And if I could lean into that, like, what can I offer? And Jim, you said something great. It's not about likes. For me, it became like, what can I give people through this platform instead
Yes.
of taking from them? So for me, it was like, I can give little lessons. I can talk about craft. I can build a community. And that once I started doing that, started giving little lessons and started focusing on not likes, but getting people involved in the inkpulp community, a lot changed for us. And here we are today doing an awesome show with it. So I think those things are all helpful, and if you have that mentality, there's nothing to drive you crazy. It's like, oh, I get to share a lesson today, and when you share a lesson, people really love to engage with you and be like, that really helped me, or they have questions they ask you, and when they start asking questions and leaving comments, well, then Instagram's like, oh shit, we got to show this to other people, and
Right.
then your community grows, and that's my advice.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
my
dude, as
take.
soon as I met you, I could tell that you had a background in being an educator, because you always had this approach to your hustle of like, you wanted to share knowledge, but you also wanted to learn from others as well, your
Right.
peers as well. So,
Right. Yes.
you know,
Yes.
a lot of artists, I think, have the bad habit of just going strictly internal and becoming private and becoming, almost like the hermit lifestyle.
Right. Right.
And we're all guilty of that. But at
Sure.
the
Sure.
same time, it's like you kind of have to be aware of actually existing in the world and communicating with people. And I mean, that's that
Yes.
honestly, dude, that's kind of like what we're trying to do with this show. And it's funny that, we're like doing our craft, handling a live stream, and giving advice all at once. I feel like,
Yeah.
dude, I
That's
feel like when
crazy.
we do these shows, we talked about it last time as well, but like my brain is functioning on 7 different levels of like, oh, draw the turtle right and draw his arm like this, but then also talk and be
Right.
funny and
Yeah.
charismatic.
Gotta perform. Yeah.
And make sure that Jamie doesn't get bored and upset at us, and
I'm always bold
it,
and upset at you guys, always.
it's we try, Jamie, we try. We're glad you're here, dude.
Yeah. I mean, also, guy, like I know artists, and Jim, you know artists too. They're just not. They don't have that like gift of gab. They're not social creatures by nature, and that's okay. That's what I mean. Lean into your brand. Jim and I are very social and charismatic people, so it's not easy to perform on camera while you're drawing. I mean, this is very difficult for me, but I'm comfortable talking and to people. Whereas if that's not your thing, don't do it. Like that will just be awkward. It'll be awkward for you and for the listener. But if you can get over it and do it, then I say that's great.
Well said. Excellent. Yeah. To change gears a little bit, dude, I just remembered, speaking of being around like peers and artists, us at Lake Como last May in the buffet line, and
Oh
Kevin
yes,
Eastman is in
yes.
front of us waiting for a delicious meal, and is like, "Hey, what's up, dudes? How you doing?" And then Simon Bisley shows
Oh
up and
my
is in
god,
line right behind us.
amazing, amazing.
And you and
Yeah,
I
we
have
were
this moment.
sandwiched. Yeah, we were
Yeah.
sandwiched between Simon Bisley and Kevin Eastman while waiting for this giant buffet line to go down. So we had a cool chat with them.
Oh my God, dude. It was so awesome. And it was cool because I got to meet Kevin at New York Comic Con in 2008, I believe. And I was exhibiting, set up with my buddies. They have a company called I Am 8-Bit. It's a LA-based company that does promo for video games and stuff like that. And in 2008, I Am 8-Bit, the guys, they had a budget to to publish one of my comic books for the con. So that's where I came up with Carl, the cat that makes peanut butter sandwiches. Show this off real quick. So this is directly inspired by my love of Ninja Turtles. But as a joke, the 8-Bit guys were like, can you crank out a comic book in 3 weeks before New York Comic Con? And I was like, yeah, I'm going to do this thing. I've been thinking about this cat that makes the greatest peanut butter sandwiches in the world. And they just thought it was a joke. They were like, oh, sure, right, whatever. And then 3 weeks later, I turn in the book. They laugh their asses off. They publish it. We bring it to New York. And dude, the one moment I actually leave the table and like, go to the bathroom or whatever, Kevin Eastman comes by the table and sees Carl and buys it. And
that's amazing.
I come back from wherever I was at, and my buddy Derek's like, dude, you're not going to believe this. Kevin Eastman, co-creator of the Ninja Turtles. I'm like, I know who Kevin Eastman is. He's like,
wait. Did you push your glasses up before you said that, Jim?
I did. I was like, I know who. I've been following his work since 1987. And Derek was like, well, listen, nerd. He fucking bought your Carl comic book. And I was like, oh shit, man, I can't believe I missed out on it. But dude, somehow, some reason, maybe he was just walking by, but Kevin winds up coming by later and introduces himself to me. And he's like, listen, man, I read your Carl book back at the heavy metal booth. This is so fucked up and hilarious. He's like, take it from me. I'm the Turtles guy. This is a winner. What you got here is a winner. And so Kevin was living in LA at the time, and I was living in LA, and we wound up meeting up for lunch, and he wound up commissioning me to do a Carl story in Heavy Metal magazine. And
wait, you didn't tell me. So you and I have both been in Heavy Metal magazine.
Yes.
That's awesome.
I'm trying to get to a page where can I show, because there's nudity and sex stuff on every page of this, but I think we're okay.
It's
but
Heavy Metal magazine.
So Carl goes to outer space in this crazy fucked up 10-page. Jamie, let me know if there's a lot of like butts and stuff. Okay, anyway, but so Carl's in Heavy Metal. Now, the other super bizarre, incredible coincidence of this issue is one of my best friends and roommates in art school, Nathan Fox, is the cover artist of this issue.
Oh, shit.
And did the main story inside called Fluorescent Black. So when the book came out, Nathan and I basically called each other at the same time on the same day, and we're like, dude, we're in the same issue of Heavy Metal magazine together.
That is so awesome.
cool.
That is awesome.
Super weird, but beautiful and awesome. And the only geeky thing I ever did with Kevin, Sean, was when we had lunch, I brought my first printing of issue 4.
Oh, that's awesome. Dude, he probably loved that.
And he signed it for me right here.
Oh, hell yeah. That's gold.
1985, man.
That is gold.
The oversized, like, Ninja Turtles comics. Just beautiful stuff, man. Just what an what inspiring,
awesome.
Inspiring work.
I do want to shout out Shasta again. I think that's the biggest, most awesome super chat we've ever gotten.
That is, definitely.
Dude, that's awesome. Thank you so much, Shasta.
You rock.
Off the back of that, Jim, Massive Panda is asking, is that story only printed in Heavy Metal or can it be found elsewhere?
It's only printed in Heavy Metal. So I have to
Jim, do you own the copyright?
To Carl?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, dude, I think, okay, I have an idea for you. We'll talk offline. I have an idea for you.
Okay. That being said, can I get the camera back real quick, Jamie?
Yeah.
Guys, if you... so blatant. Guys, Carl is available in the store of my website if you want to purchase a copy. And this book, I told the guys, I'm like, I want can you do like a high quality print job on this? And they printed it. Every page is printed on like thick card stock. It's,
oh my God.
I don't know if you can, but this is like
amazing.
It's so well printed. It's really, really, and huge shout out to my boy Justin Stewart, who's also in the chat, because Justin, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you colored this entire issue in like a week. I want to say it.
Was that the first time you guys worked together?
No, we did a bunch of stuff prior to this. We started working together. Shit, I don't know, in like 05 or 06. And then Justin also colored the story in heavy metal. Justin is saying that's correct. Okay.
Okay. How did you meet
So-
Justin?
I met Justin through our mutual friend, the brilliant animator artist Jim Lujan. And I was drawing a new Clerks comic book for Kevin Smith for Clerks 2 when Clerks 2, the movie, came out.
Mm-hmm.
And the Clerks 2 comic was being printed in a collected book that Graffiti Designs was putting out. And Kevin was like, hey, man.
I remember this.
So Kevin was like, hey, man, we're going to do this new story. You have to draw it. And he's like, but since the Clerks 2 movie is going to be in full color, the new comic has to be in full color. So I was talking to Jim, and Jim was like, hey, I have a buddy, this guy, Justin Stewart, who lives in Lexington, Kentucky. And Justin did some sample work for me. And I don't know, I could just tell that we were on the same page, and it just worked out. It was great. And, Justin has colored my Miami Vice remix comic book, Girl Scouts, Magic Socks. He also lettered that one. So we've been working on and off together since, I believe, like 05, right, Justin? Is that 05?
Yeah, Justin's awesome.
And Justin will be out here to join in on the...
he'll be on the next show. He'll be in the room.
Yes.
Nice. Because we are doing the next show from Studio Mafood.
Yes.
In Kansas City.
We had a comment here from Peppy Pop saying, hopefully you got that artwork I sent you for everyone on the show. I even made one for you, Jamie. Thank you. I appreciate that, Peppy Pop.
Okay, so I got one of the envelopes today. You sent 2, correct? And I just got it. In fact, I'm going to bring it up on the show. I have it over to my left. I was going to bring it up on the show tonight, but I got one of the envelopes so far. So the other one should be here tomorrow, I'm guessing.
Might be a good time to plug your P.O. box, Jim.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, guys, I have a P.O. box here. Jamie, the address is in the description below the vid. Is that correct?
It's in the description of the stream right now.
Oh, perfect. So if you guys want to send comics, minis, zines, whatever, we will check them out and plug them on the show to spread the word.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, anything you guys want to send, we'll put on the show and plug it.
I'm going hog wild tonight, Sean. I'm making 4 drawings tonight, dude.
Oh my God, you're an animal. I'm just laboring over one headshot.
They might not be the best drawings, but dude, one thing we didn't talk about is the turtles are such a complicated design.
Yeah, they really
Do you know
are.
what I'm saying? Like when you're drawing them and you're figuring out the construction of like the shell behind them and everything, it kind of surprises me that 2, I mean, they weren't necessarily super young guys, but like 2 fairly young cartoonists would like create such a
I know,
complicated. I don't know. It's
I agree.
complicated to me anyway. It's complicated to me.
I'll tell you what's really complicated to me is their head. Like I've tried this one. I nailed it. I think this is the first time I feel like I nailed a Ninja Turtle. I used to go the like full turtle route. Like they didn't look cartoony like this does. Like this isn't a turtle. I don't know what this is, but it's a Ninja Turtle. But I went like more cartoony, like Master Oogway from Kung Fu Panda. And I was like, oh, this is, and Eric does that too. I noticed Eric does that too. but then more recently I was like, when you said we are going to do this, I was like, I got to learn to do the turtles properly, not my way, but the way. So I don't know. Do you find that like their head is complicated? Because I mean, once I got it, I understood it, but for a while I think I was stuck on the idea of how is this a turtle?
Right. Yeah. With their head, especially, I mean, I stick to basically the old school, like Mirage Studios, Eastman and Laird shape.
Right, right.
Um, but the construction of the actual like inner workings of like the shell and the arms and the pouches and
Oh God,
I'm
the
doing I'm doing a
pouches.
I'm doing a cheat thing here, which I also do when I draw Batman, which is I just put pouches into areas where the pouches cover up stuff that I don't want to draw. So, you know what I mean? It's like, well, this is just
I know exactly what you mean, and
you
that's a
know,
good
so
thing to talk
that's
about
that
because
area. You
all
know,
artists will be like, if I can cover this, I don't have to draw it. Then what will I cover it with? Like,
yeah.
I can
Well,
definitely.
that's
What
the
were you
same
gonna say?
thing McFarlane figured out with like Spawn and the crazy
Right,
McFarlane capes is like
right, right.
those capes are an excuse to not have to draw like, you know, all the anatomy of a certain character, you know.
Right. Yeah, just silhouette the cape and you're good.
Off the back of that, have you guys ever been like working on any runs of stuff and had a character that is really hard to draw consistently?
Yes. Yes. Jim, you want to go with that?
Shit, I'd have to think. Dude, you go first and let me think
I'm
of
trying. All right. So I'm trying to remember. There's one character that I recently had this conversation with where I hated drawing. It was such a difficult, complicated design. I can't remember who that conversation was, but when I worked on Batman, they had the new 52 designs, and Batman was all tech armored out.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
when I
yeah.
did my tryout, I was like, I went classic, like Bruce Timm Batman. And my editor, who was really fighting for me to get on the book because the executives up top did not like my work. He was like, "Look, we gotta use the new design if I'm gonna sell them on you." So I did it, and I made it look cool, I think, but it was so much work, just so much unnecessary work. I mean, that's what's great about the classic designs, like the Garcia Lopez designs and the Bushima stuff and John Romita. Like those guys, they understood. Like you got to have a design that you can just throw down and keep moving.
Yes. Yeah.
And then something happened, and like now it's like these designs are so complicated. It's like video games came in and made everyone want complicated.
Yeah. Well, also, dude, don't forget, I mean, the early 90s Jim Lee Liefeld, you know,
Right,
pouches and I mean
right.
that didn't help things either. That was
No, no, that didn't. You know what it was? I just remembered having that conversation. Reminded me. It was the Fortnite screen I did. It was like whenever you,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
whenever you draw video game characters, those characters are not made to be drawn over and over. They're made to be built once and moved around. So
Yeah.
their designs are so complicated.
Super
Like it,
complicated on the Fortnite stuff. Yeah.
yeah, like it took me so long to draw that, and I'm happy with what I did. But I just remember being like, God damn, this is taking almost twice as long as it normally would have.
Yeah, that's my answer as well, dude, is in recent time, like the Fortnite stuff. I love doing it. The characters are super funky, but the amount of complication on the designs and the amount of detail on some of them, especially if you're drawing a character smaller in the foreground, it's like, how am I going to draw all this detail when the character is just super
Right,
small, a postage size stamp character in the background?
right,
It's
right,
like
right, right.
that's where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just do this in silhouette, that character in silhouette, and see if I
Oh,
can
that
get
was
away with
smart.
it.
That was smart.
know,
And
see if they'll.
then when you're done drawing it and inking it, and you're like, all right, home stretch now. No, then you got to go color that shit, and then that takes another. Just flatting that out took forever.
My answer to that is that's when I passed it on to Justin Stewart
Right.
because he colored my Fortnite loading screens. Because honestly, dude, by the time I was done drawing them, it's like, dude, I don't even know where to begin with coloring all this stuff. This is.
Yeah, I was kind of in that zone. I remember I was showing you like, hey, is this looking okay? When as I was coloring it, I was sending it to Jim.
Oh yeah, yeah. You crushed that one though, man.
Thank you.
It was cool to see it unfold.
And shout out to Jameel, who owns both of our Fortnite stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah.
I think he messaged me like last week. Was like, hey, I'm the guy that bought your Fortnite screen. He's like, I also got one from Jim. I was like, dude, I know exactly who you are. So shout out.
Yes, most definitely.
With a comment here from Massive Panda saying, Sean, Carrie Randolph did an issue of TMNT for an IDW book a while back. You guys have a similar approach with that really cool angular style. Not sure if you've seen it. But I love
Yes,
them both.
yeah. I think Kari and I have a lot of overlap. And again, he's one of those hip hop guys. So I think with the hip hop guys, there's a clear street art graffiti influence because we grew up doing graffiti and listening to rap. So I think that lends itself to it. So yeah, I think Kari and I do have some real layover. And also to get back to what I was saying earlier about understanding your lane, like that's what I had to do is think like, well, how can I, separate myself from that? And like, someone like Kari is such a skilled artist. I'm not gonna just say, well, let me just try to be the best I can be and hope it works. I just had to think about what would make my lane mine.
Oh yeah. Hey man, it's a smart way of doing it.
Yeah, I'm the dum dum who like I would always tell my students work smarter, not harder, but I never did that. And so it took me a while, but I started to learn to do that.
Yeah. It's like some things are just trial by fire, It's
Right, totally. Guys, I'm doing some nutty brushwork, dry brushy stuff here. This is pretty cool.
I'm giving this turtle sneakers so that I don't have to draw the complicated feet.
We had a comment from Johnny Makes Comics saying, hi Sean and Jim, good morning from the Philippines.
Oh,
what
shit.
up? Oh, it's
What up,
John
man?
Amore. That's
Yeah,
John
I was going
Amore.
to say.
John Amore, who does American Animal. Animal. Fuck. I'm sorry, John. I'm fucking up the title of your book. A web comic that is incredible, and dude is a machine. But what's the question?
No, it wasn't. It was just hello and good morning from the Philippines.
Hey,
Just
John.
give it a
how you
shout.
doing?
What's up, buddy?
He's
Thanks for
been on
joining
the
us.
podcast.
I was going to say,
been
John's been on the
Inkpulp
podcast, and also from
Yeah.
the podcast, Corin Kaiser Stone in the chat said those loading screens were
Oh.
fun as hell, but they were so particular on that project.
Yeah. Corin, what's up, dude? Guys, Corin is an amazing artist too, and I highly recommend you follow Corin on Instagram. He's definitely an inspiration for me. Whenever I feel like I need a little juice, I'll go to Corin stuff because his stuff just jumps off the page. We did Abu Dhabi together too.
Ah, nice.
John Amore saying, lol, no problem, Urban Animal was the name of the book.
Urban Animal. Yes, I apologize, John. Guys, check out Urban Animal. Follow John Amore. Good stuff. Really good stuff. I am almost done inking. I'm going to play with those nibs a little bit in a minute. And then I'm going to be ready to paint. Well, I'll do some values first, some little values. But yeah, you can see that I think I'm done with the brush almost. All right, guys, you know what time it is? Jamie, we have a new segment on the show.
Oh, do we?
And it's called, you ready for this? Sexy line pull.
Nice.
What?
Yep. So here we go. This is going to be a really tough one for me on camera to pull this baby. All right, let's do it.
We need some like Rick James style music playing right now.
Oh shit! I fucking rocked that.
You did. That was sick. It was very
I
slick.
rocked that sexy line pull.
I missed it. Can you rewind it for me, Jamie?
We had a good question here from Crisp Raptor Studios, maybe for some new fans in the chat, saying, "Are you guys purely artists, or do you also do writing for some of the books you work on as well?"
Yeah, I mean, I do everything on my creator-owned books. I have a series I've worked on off and on for 30 years called Girl Scouts, and
That is amazing. That is
there's
amazing.
4 trade paperbacks of that series, and that's something that I, you know, write and draw myself. And I have a new creator-owned Kickstarter book that I'm going to be launching sooner than later. That I'm also writing and drawing a superhero parody thing that I will show
It's
you guys.
amazing.
It's going to be
It's
so
amazing.
good.
I got some teaser stuff that I want to show from it tonight. So
That's great. That's
I'll break
great.
that out in a minute. But yeah, man, I try and approach comics where I can work with a collaborator, or I can just write and draw my own material, and you know, it all works out. Sean, what about you? Are you pursuing your
Yeah. So, I mean, my background is I have a minor in creative writing, and I always wanted to get into comics to write and draw my own stuff. And when I was coming up, the only people that seemed to have been really successful from that, other than the Ninja Turtles, because they were kind of an anomaly, was Frank Miller and Mike Mignola. And so, this is way before the internet. So what I took from their success was you have to build a name for yourself at the big two, and then you'll
Hmm.
sort of have the celebrity, for lack of a better word, to go off and do your own book, because there was no internet, there was no followers, none of that. It's like, for a publisher to take a risk on you to publish something someone had never heard of, you needed some weight behind your name. So I was like, all right. So and don't get me wrong, I wanted to draw superhero comics too. I did want to. I was like, all right, I'll do that. So um, that's how I followed my path. And then life gets very complicated and expensive, and I couldn't make a very secure living like that.
Oh
And
yeah.
I mean, honestly, like, my whole thing about tattooing is I want to buy my freedom back. I want to, I think with tattooing, I can make the money I need to make working a half a week, and eventually, not immediately, and then I can have half a week back to start to do my books that I've always wanted to do.
Yes. That sounds like a doable plan to me, man.
I'm
Definitely.
finding it to be one of the most difficult things I've done in life so far, but I'm trying to muscle through it, because when you give time to learning something new, you're taking time away from earning money, and when the money you're earning is just like comics is hard to make a living with, it just gets tricky. That's all I'm saying. But I'm muscling through it.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, you're just picking up a whole new.
Yeah, and that's a whole nother game. Like, when I first hit skin yesterday, like, it was like, okay, my nerves went away, but I could see the whole time I was spending was like, for someone who's like, as you guys saw with my sexy line pull, who's been so in control of their instruments for so long, to pick up something where I feel like a luddite was very humbling, very fast, and
Mm. Hmm.
and brought up a lot of weird stuff in your head, which is good to have and work through. But when I left that last night, when I left after doing that tattoo, I haven't felt exhaustion like that. I don't know if you remember, Jim, your like first job you got and how intense you put into like doing the work.
Oh
That
yeah, for sure.
that tattoo was like, it took my soul out of me. I just went home and crashed. But
Damn.
it's
Yeah.
just, I mean, it was just, I was just so tired. Like, the amount of concentration, that's what it was. like the amount of brain power I was putting out was a lot, but it was good. I mean, I'm excited to do it. I'm doing 4 next week.
Dude, that's awesome. That's just super rewarding to pick up a whole new
Yeah,
thing and kind of go for it, you know.
yeah, totally. And for all you people out there that think, well, hey, I can draw comics, I can just go tattoo. Yes, but that learning that machine and working in skin, that I can see that's going to take a lot of time.
Just going back to that there, Sean, did you see you had 4 next week? 4 tattoos?
Yeah, 4.
Very cool. Any designs you can share or not?
Yeah. In a second. I'll text you. I'm doing a Captain America head on our mutual buddy Raz, who Jim met in Atlanta, an Atlanta local Atlanta artist.
Oh yeah.
Um, he has a red skull. He got on run wrist, but it's super cartoony. Like I don't even know that you'd say red skull if you saw. I mean, it's a red and it's a skull, but it's so cartoony. I love it. So I tried to stay true to the shape and the language that was used in that. So he could, because he wanted it to be a companion on his other wrist. So as soon as I'm done inking, I'll send that. The other ones are just small. These are all free tattoos I'm doing now. Just until you get comfortable with the machine, you can't charge people. But the other ones I'm doing heart on a couple. I'm like one on each, so that's 2 tattoos. I'm doing the Captain America on Raz, and then his sister-in-law wanted. She doesn't have any tattoos. She just wanted on her finger, like right here, what are those 3 dots called? Ellipses.
Yeah, an ellipsis.
Mm.
Yeah, so she just wants that. So that's a good opportunity for me to like just practice like the technical side of the machine. That
Yeah,
tattoo will take 5 minutes to do, but it's a
it's the
good
experience.
exercise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a question for you here, Sean. I've had trouble translating my line weight to bigger pieces. I've noticed you do don't necessarily do the thicker lines in one go. Do you recommend that method generally? From Travis Ralph.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I build. If I lay down the line, I mean, it's inking, and this is what I'm learning about tattooing too. But inking is like when you're using a brush. Every time you pick it up and you dip it, it's like it's an organic tool, so it's always a little different. And I know I have my sweet spot I like with the brush, but after I dip it freshly, I have to get back to that sweet spot. So in order to do that, I'll just play around a bit until it dries out enough. Um, so if I'm in my sweet spot, I can make my lines in one pass. But what you saw me doing was the brush was a little too wet. So I built it. I took my time and built it a little bit because if I lay down a wet brush too thick and it's wet, the paper can't grab it and my line wobbles.
Guys, thanks for the shout outs on Girl Scouts, Massive Panda and Pippy Pop. I appreciate it. And yeah, I'll shamelessly, this is how you got to do it. You got to shamelessly promote your own work. No one else is going to do it.
I'm going to
Definitely.
promote your work, actually. I'm going to say, I think what Jim has done, created something, stuck to it, and has done it for what, 30 years, Jim? Is that how long you've been doing it?
We're celebrating the 30th anniversary of Girl Scouts next year with a special collaboration with Image Comics that I will
Excellent.
announce
So cool.
But
when it's
that
time
is,
to announce.
yeah, I mean, that is such an amazing and incredible and inspiring accomplishment. Like, I sit here, like, we're talking about the Ninja Turtles, but, Jim did it too. He created this amazing thing that, maybe it didn't become a cultural phenomenon, but Jim, you've had some incredible successes with it.
It's been
And
great, man. Yeah, this is
yeah,
this is basically my Ninja Turtles, and this Stone Ghost one. This is the one that Justin. So this is Justin Stewart colors and letters on this one. Just gorgeous work, man. We really had a great time collabing on this one.
Jim, where can people buy these books?
At my website, jimafood.com, man. I even sign them and do a little original drawing on the inside. So, and if you can also score it at your local comic shop. I always encourage people to buy stuff from their store. These are still in print, so you can have your shop order them through Diamond. But yeah, I mean, it's just, just making your own stuff, man. There's nothing quite like it. It's super
I,
fun and
yeah, that's all I want to do. I'm just trying to get there, and I'm so
very
proud of
rewarding.
Jim for having done it amazingly.
Coming off the back of that, Connor Valentin says, those new pages look insane, Jim. Seeing them in person at Heroes was a blast. Hope you enjoyed the Doom mini comic.
Oh yes, yeah. I'm trying. What was his name again? I'm trying to find
Connor
his cover.
Valentin or Valentine.
Oh,
That was
awesome.
good.
Yeah. Yeah, Connor, your Doom mini. I have it here somewhere. I have stacks of shit everywhere in my
Didn't we
studio.
pull that up on the last show? Did we pull that one up? I think we
Did I show Connor's? Because
thought we did.
I actually didn't show Jeremy Heiler's stuff last time, and I got both of these, and this one is Ninja Turtles
Oh.
related.
I
Always
think
My
Jeremy might be in the
Father
chat.
and
He is in the chat.
Batman Snow. Jeremy, you here?
He was earlier.
I'm calling him out like he can respond. I'm calling
Yes,
him out.
Jim. Yes, Jim. I'm here.
Jeremy, call me. Call in to our show. Jamie's working the switchboard, and but no, Jeremy is an up and coming cartoonist who is doing fantastic work, like writing and drawing his own stories. I think his background is in film and editing, and you can tell with his storytelling because it's really, really strong stuff. Batman Snow, this is just completely badass.
I seen this on Twitter. This looks so cool.
Oh, you showed me that. I thought that was really impressive, that one.
Dude, look at that.
That looks so cool, man.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. So, so much good stuff, man, to show off. While I'm shamelessly promoting shit, I do want to say Moon Man issue 3 came out today. I have a Virgin variant cover for that. Kid Cudi's new comic book. So you can score this at your local comic shop. Shout out to Kyle Higgins for getting me the gig. Kyle does Radiant Black at Image. And Jamie, can we do the contest?
We can, indeed.
I have a contest for tonight. And I'm going to give away this sweet Ninja Turtles print that I did. It's a recreation of the issue 1 cover. Let's see. So guys, in 83, 84, there was a gentleman who gave Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird a check to print the very first Ninja Turtles comic book. What was that gentleman's name?
That's a good question.
For the win.
First correct answer wins it.
Yes.
All right, so I'm just moving on to doing some values on the bandana because I'm done with the inks, and then we can start to talk about the color in a bit.
Let's check in.
Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down some value. Then I'm
Connor's got it. Sorry, Sean.
Oh, awesome. No, that's cool. And then I'm going to throw a transparent color overlay that's a little dark, and then I'm going to pull out the highlights with the gouache stuff that I use.
And remember,
Dude, that looks dope.
If you want to vote for which turtle this turns out to be, you can super chat and put your vote in.
Yeah, guys, get your votes in because I'm going to be going to color pretty soon here.
Uncle Quentin, that is correct. Thanks, Connor. I'm signing this for you, dude. Hit me with a DM. Nice. Or an email through my website so I can get your address and I'll pop this in the mail for you. And I'm even going to draw right here, Connor. I'm even going to draw a little bonus turtle head for you.
More people got that than I would have expected.
It's part of Ninja Turtles mythology that Kevin's uncle, gave them this check. And but yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, I guess you got to be a Turtles nerd to kind of know, but
Are we going to open up bids on the pieces soon, guys?
Oh, right. Oh, God, we haven't even done that. Right. Good call, Jamie. Yeah. So, guys, the art we are creating is up for bid as it normally is. So, get your bids in just by in the chat, write the word bid in all caps and then drop your number. Jamie will keep track of what the high bid is and he'll run that in like a ticker tape on the bottom of the screen. Jim, what would you like to start your bids at?
Damn, good question. You know, none of mine are really finished, so I would probably just do 100 to start them all because they're all just so rough.
Okay. Okay, that's cool.
So that's 100 on how many different pieces?
I have 4 different ones going.
So
Well,
there's four
call
slots to
them
bid
out
on,
so
Jim.
Jamie can. Yeah, Jamie needs to keep track of which ones.
Number 1 is Raphael. Number 2 is Leo.
Damn, you fucking killed those so fast.
Number 3 is Donnie. And number 4 will be Mike.
All right, so you got one of the each turtles you can bid on for Jim. My turtle, which we don't know which one it is yet, but once we close the super chat up, we'll announce it a winner. But I'm gonna paint this. What's
Sorry, I
that?
was going to say we got another super chat for $9.99. I'm going to butcher this name, Chekhov or Chechov. Greetings from Scotland. Already my favourite comment of the night, guys. Thank you for-
Wait. This person's from
this is
Scotland and
Jamie's
you don't
fan.
know.
This is Jamie hired this guy.
This guy's probably like my cousin or something. Thank you for throwing some awesomeness down. Speaking of characters in the sewers, my first book on Kickstarter with Blue Shack Comics. It's Vermin Inc. #1 and Leonardo, please.
Blue Shack Comics, Vermin Inc. Okay, we'll check that out. That's awesome.
Dude,
We've said it every episode, but if you have Kickstarters to promote, just go ahead and just pop that into the chat. Like, you know, you can shamelessly pimp your stuff here, obviously.
Absolutely. It's all about the community here. So I've dipped my finger into the ink wash and I'm just doing fingerprints now. It's a little different.
Okay, so Josh Lewis has just bid $100 on all 4 of Jim's pieces.
Oh, Lord.
Big
$100 on each one? Damn. That's awesome. All right.
Looks like someone's getting an extra large size fries at McDonald's tonight. That joke took way too long.
You fumbled.
It's been a long day, dude.
Dude, who are you telling?
Oh fuck! I've been in studio all day, dude. I'm not complaining, but I'm having a good time though. This is actually relaxing. So
yeah, this is a nice time. So my turtle, what should we start bids at on this guy? Actually, you know what? I'll start at 100 too. I'll just start there. So this 9x12 turtle, I'm going to paint the mask. We're going to pick a color in about 2 minutes here. Can be yours. We'll start the bidding at, what did I say, $100?
that's more than fair for that, dude. That's
Definitely.
that's underpriced for that, but you know.
Yeah, I figure that's the fun of the show.
Definitely. Chechov says, I nailed his name. Look at that, guys.
He said what?
I nailed the name.
Oh, good for you,
okay.
Jamie.
Marvin,
Yeah, because you hired him. You know him.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, mate, Chechov. Marvin Oloa says, bid 100 on Sean's turtle.
Oh, then Daniel came in. Daniel's always working it out. 150 on my piece. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Marvin. Thank you, Daniel. So Jamie, who's the winner tonight? What turtle are we making here?
As of right now, Leonardo. Get 3 votes for Leonardo.
Well, that's it, because I got to get the color going.
Leo, it is.
Daniel, you've got a Leonardo currently.
All right. So that's the most amount of votes was Leonardo.
Yeah, we got 3 for Leo and 1 for Donatello.
Okay, great. Actually, that's great because I love blue. All right. So bluey it is.
We have a $5 super chat from Massive Panda saying, "How do you all feel about the Image TMNT run in the 90s under Frank Fosco, Eric Larson, etc.? They took a lot of heat from the fans, but I loved it."
Yeah, I dug it. I like Eric Larson. I'm a fan of his work and his general aesthetic. I know that he's not for everyone, but I mean
I love Eric Larson. Yeah.
him being rooted in the sensibility of Kirby and dynamic comics. It's like I dig what Eric does, so I'm on board. Sean, your thoughts on the matter?
Hold on, I'm getting paint. Hold on, I was just
Oh,
getting paint.
okay.
Actually, that what I did want to say, I didn't get to say it earlier. Was like I asked you your favorite Ninja Turtle comic, and I don't remember how old we were when Body Count came out.
Dude, I have that pulled aside as well.
Because to me, I was at the right age for that book because that was everything that cartoon was not. It was ultra violence, Ninja
Completely.
Turtles. It was just so amazing.
Completely, man. Yeah. Did you pull that aside?
I no, I just wanted to talk about it. I should have pulled it aside. But yeah, Jim, if you've got it, show it.
I can show it. Yeah, I have it here. It's
Well, Jim grabs that. We had another bid on Sean's piece, 175 from Armanda Martinez.
All right. Thank you, Amanda. That's awesome.
guys, look at this bad boy.
Yeah, Body Count, dude. That was the shit.
So I guess the story with this was the Biz and Eastman were hanging out together, and the Biz had never seen John Woo movies, and Kevin Eastman, they binged watch a bunch of John Woo classic movies like The Killer and Hard Boiled,
Yes, yes.
and they were like so inspired by it. They were like, well, let's just make a comic of that energy.
And that's what I mean. When it hit at the right age, it was like Wu Tang was out, John Woo was out. Like it
Dude,
was
there's an
all,
image in here that this okay, you guys, this is what
yeah.
comic book dreams are made of. You have a mutant turtle with ninja powers firing two guns and cars exploding in the background and a muscle car driven by Casey Jones. And it's like, this to me is the energy of and fun of comic books, like right here.
Right,
Like this
I
is
agree.
fucking crazy. This is awesome.
Yeah,
That's
I
what you
love
want.
that.
That's what you want. And look at the two boys, the Biz and Kevin.
Yeah,
So
I was
awesome.
so stoked on that book when it came
But
out.
this is a great book. It's got like behind the scenes sketches, layouts, inks, basically the
That's
making
awesome.
of the book. Look at how crazy this shit is.
That's so good.
Wow. So yeah, body count.
We had another few comments to pull up here. Beckerman says, "Jim,
Get hip to it.
I liked your pro wrestling style promo earlier in the week."
My volume was off.
Oh,
Did you hear me? No. Beckerman said, "I liked your pro wrestling style promo earlier in the week."
Oh, hey man,
oh,
are you talking about the chocolate milk bandit? Like that's a different
yeah, that's not Jim.
that's a different it's a different character.
Yeah, that's not Jim. That is not Jim Mahfood, people.
Yeah.
I think people are mistaking that they think you're the chocolate milk bandit when you're clearly not.
You know, I sometimes even get stopped in the streets about it. It's very weird.
Dude, whenever I use this color, it's just like this blue, this phthalo blue
Pops.
with a red shade it's Stealth Freeze's blue.
Okay. That
You know?
explains a lot because that's pure butter. That's awesome.
Yeah, it is. Like the minute I put it down, I was like, oh,
Jim,
Isn't
we
it
had a
awesome when
question.
you
Sorry,
can
go
use a
ahead.
particular color or a particular tool and it just feels right. It just feels great.
yeah, that is, yeah. And honestly, that's what like all the experimentation I've been doing on this show feels like that. It's been awesome.
We had a question from DK Sketch Shed Art. Sorry, Jim, I'm local to that PO box. Can I just take my work to that post office?
Oh shit. Uh I would say no because I'm not around that much.
I think what he's asking is, can he just drop it off
Yeah,
there
can
and
you
they'll
just
put it
drop it
in your
off rather
box?
than post it? Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea. Is that even an
Yeah, that's a
option?
good question. Yeah, I don't
Um,
know.
I would say, yeah, try it and let
Yeah, I
me.
would say try it. I'm gonna guess it's not an option because they still have to place it in your box, and that's probably considered like a job.
Yeah. Remember, guys, you
Right.
can still bid on all of these pieces. Four of Jim's pieces, it's still at $100 each. Sean's piece at 175 right now. Get
Oh,
the bids in
nice,
the
awesome.
comments.
Yeah, guys, and I'm gonna do on top of this blue. I'm gonna do some opaque blue highlights with like a nice cerulean blue. It's gonna really pop. But right now, I'm just making sure this phthalo blue with the red shade is really popping. And this is on that mixed media board, so it's sturdy as fuck.
Daniel Goodwin bid 200 on Sean's.
Thank you, Daniel. Daniel, your Spider-Man should be there. I think tomorrow. The holiday kind of fucked me up.
Oh, that's right. We just had Fourth of July.
Yeah.
Did you guys do anything? Did you go anywhere?
I definitely didn't.
Why
Right.
didn't you do anything, Jamie? You unpatriotic motherfucker. Did I do anything? I just I had to work. I mean, I'm behind on everything. I had so much to do because of the tattooing stuff. Um, I just worked, but then my daughter came home. Zoe came home. Um, so it was just me, Steph, and Zoe, and I smoked some bratwurst and made some cheese grits from scratch.
Damn, nice.
So it was an easy dinner, and Zoe grabbed a six of Modelo Especial on her way up. So we had a nice time.
Wait,
There you
Sean, what was
go.
the second thing you said that you cooked?
Smoked cheese grits.
What is it? What is grits?
All right, this is a good question because I'm not a Southerner. I'm from the North, and I didn't know what grits were because it's a Southern thing. But grits are essentially corn that's been ground into a meal and dried, and then you reconstitute them. You cook them slowly with. You can use hot water. You can use hot milk. You can use like you can make it push it. It's typically a breakfast item, but not always. You can push it into the sweet side by adding like syrup and sugar to it, and like serve it with eggs, or you can push it to the savory side, which a popular dish is like shrimp and grits, which is like a plate of grits with grilled shrimp and sausage on top.
All right, okay.
But then there's this thing called cheese grits. So that's obviously on the savory side, but you melt the cheese into the grits, and I feel like that's just the way to eat them.
Mm,
And I use smoked
damn.
Gouda, so it has a smoky flavor to it. But it's almost like in consistency, it's almost like a porridge with a little more bite to it.
Right, okay. We had a comment from Kazra Ganbari saying why they like cheese why they like cheese so much with grits in Georgia. They call it ice cream down there.
Yeah, Kasra. What's up, Kasra? I know. I had never had it till I moved here, but the shit is so goddamn delicious. So good. Also, guys, Kazra is here from Comic Art Fans Live, so make sure you check out that show. In fact, Kazra, while you're here, if I could ask you a question, how did the Simone DeMeo show go? I need to check that out. I was really curious about that. They had Simone come on with, I assume, Matt, his art dealer, and they did a big
Ah,
art drop. and I was really
Oh,
curious
damn.
to see how that went. Yeah, because that sounded really interesting to me. I love those guys are really creative thinkers and really into like kind of spearheading this original art collectors market. It's pretty amazing what they're doing.
Oh yeah, dude, they're not messing around. It's awesome.
Yeah, those are the OX guys. So whenever you hear us on the podcast talking about how great OAX was, and Jim and I talk about it here. So those are the guys that put on OAX.
Marvin Uloa bid 225 on Sean's Leo and 125 on Jim's Leo.
Oh, shit's getting real now. All right, we're gonna get some highlights going. Then you guys are driving the price up. I got to drive the art up.
Jim, which one was your Leo? Was that 2?
Oh,
He's put 2, so I think it's
yeah, 1 Raph, 2 Leo, 3 Donnie, 4 Mike.
All right, so we're gonna get opaque mediums going now. Yeah, Jim, as much as we try to make this a 90-minute show, it's going to be a 2-hour show every time.
Yeah, man, it just goes by so damn quick. It's
I know.
it's crazy. Yeah.
It makes me feel better that there's another Scottish person here. I feel like I'm not the only one up at this time. Sean Cashel replied to you saying DeMeo was great. He and DeTulio wanted people to grab art that they loved. They bent just enough on prices and they sold over 25,000 of art.
See, that's amazing. That's the type of shit like
That's awesome.
that I love to see. I mean, people are like building new markets, new ways of doing things, selling art. Like people were asking about social media earlier. It's pay attention to people like what the Comic Art Live guys are doing, because they are definitely trailblazing.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, man.
Sean, Chris from Comics Tropes said you should mix in some actual mutagen.
Mixed
Talking
in
about you. Kitty von Lusterben said, just want to say how much I love this podcast while being able to ink a Sean Crystal piece at the same time. It's the best.
Oh, I appreciate it. I really love that I can put the pencils up and you guys can all download them and play along with us. That's a fun thing to do.
Do you know I was going to keep it secret, but I tried it and it was abysmal. I didn't make it past
You
the shoulder.
did what?
I downloaded the pencils to try and ink them and it was abysmal. I've got Procreate on my iPad, let's just say it did not work out and no one will ever be seeing
You got to
it.
post it, Jamie. You got to post
Never.
it. So
Oh damn.
It would be an inked shoulder. Nothing else. Corey Kerr said, just showed up what are the totals on bidding right now. So we have 3 of Jim's pieces at 100 each and 1 at 125. Jim, what's the one at 125? The Leo number 2?
I believe Leo. Yeah.
And Sean's is at 225 right now.
But mine's about to go up because I'm adding the highlights now, and that's when shit gets live on my paintings. Like people are gonna want see it come, the colors start to jump, and that's when the prices will go up. So get
Shit
your
gets
bids
real.
in.
An idea here from Chris Comic Tropes saying, how about a super chat contest to be able to sit in and draw on a future show? I bet a lot of folks would like that.
Say that again, Jamie?
A super chat contest to basically win a spot to draw on the show with you guys.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes.
Maybe worth
Let's
setting
do
up for
that.
a future show.
Yeah, Jim. I'm down. If Jim's down, I'm down. That sounds fun.
That's $100 super chat though. That's
Yeah,
Jim,
we
don't
got to
put a
name
number on it. You need to tell them it's any number that can go higher than that.
Well, it's got to be at least 100.
Okay.
Let's say that, because we're not going to do that for $20.
right. Yo, Jamie, can I show some classics real quick?
Of course.
Before just showing off these covers, man. This is like
That's so cool.
classic shit. I think this is a 3rd printing of issue 1, and then this is my favorite of all time, the Richard Corbin. Sean, you've seen this, right? The Richard Corbin
Oh yeah.
wraparound for issue 2 reprint.
Dude, Jim,
Michael.
one of these shows we have to do a Corbin episode. You've got all
Oh,
the good Corbin stuff to show.
oh, for sure, man. Michael Dooley. Is it Michael Dooley or Michael Dooney?
I don't
One of
know.
the Mirage Studio painters. This one is also one of my favorites. This is like just peak Eastman and Laird, like Star Wars, basically. Just turtles unleashed, man.
Amazing. Amazing.
Look at that. Issue 6, man. And Eastman's doing like, airbrushed. Look at this crazy shit. He's doing like airbrushed colors.
Dude, that's another thing I want to start pulling out again. I want to throw some airbrush work into my work.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, I got to do that. They have these new USB airbrushes that you just charge up, and like you don't even need a compressor to just run on their little USB charges.
I've seen those, man. I'm curious as to like Michael
Well,
Dooney. That's right. Okay, thanks for clearing that up.
I talked to shit. I just had her name on the tip of my tongue. Fuck. She draws My Little Pony stuff. Anyways, awesome artist. You know what I'm talking about. What
She's friends with Peach Momoko and Yo.
Yes. I keep like her name is right on my.
God damn it!
Anyways,
I know.
Agnes. There you go. Got it. Fuck. So, anyways, she uses it a lot. So I went at one of the cons. Like she showed it to me, and they're not expensive, and they're not. They don't like. She was having some problems with it at the time. She's like, they last a little while. They're not like amazing, but for the price and the USB portability, they're totally worth it.
Okay.
So I might just start fucking with one of those.
Just quickly, we had another bid of $275 on Sean's piece from Daniel Goodwin.
Wait, that's what he was. Was that last time he did that? Was that new?
It was $225 before. Now it's $275.
Oh, awesome! Oh, thank you, Daniel.
We also had a question from Pippy Pop saying, Sean, where did Mother Panic come from?
That's a good question. So Mother Panic was Tommy Lee Edwards, the artist, our buddy Tommy. He's good friends with Gerard Way, the singer of My Chemical Romance. And they always talked about like doing a comic together. Well, Gerard had just gotten a new line approved at DC called Young Animal, and Tommy and him pitched Mother Panic. And originally, so Tommy was like, "Look, I can't draw this monthly, so I'm gonna call in two of my friends to like we'll switch arcs." So it was me, Tommy, John Paul Leon. Don't ask me how my name got mixed up in that mix because those motherfuckers are giants. But
you blackmailed them. You knew things about them.
Well, Jim, I mean, I wasn't going to say that, but okay, cat's out of the bag.
Sean's a secret spy. He's a spy out there.
So the original concept was a like punk rock teenage Batman girl version of Batman with her own storyline, but it was supposed to be like, with Gerard involved, they wanted to make it a real celebration of punk rock, and they wanted the book to feel like indie comic punk rock shit, and they wanted to be, in your face, like fist fights and like real punk rock stuff. And of course, DC gets involved, and all that shit starts to change.
Yeah. Jamie, real quick. Can we get a little spritzing?
Oh yeah, Jamie. We need to go ahead, Jamie.
You need to lead me in. You always need to lead me in.
All right,
let's go with a little more of a dramatic march tonight. Like,
wait, hold on. Can I give you like a toothbrush? Ink, paper, Turtles. Mutant.
Toothbrush.
Jim.
Guys, if there's
Magic.
one thing makes this show worth watching, it's what's happening right fucking now.
My beatboxing skills, guys. Is that right?
You ain't gonna get this on any other comic live stream drawing show. Is me spritzing with a toothbrush and a Scotsman doing some beatbox.
I do parties, guys. If anyone wants to hire me, it's like a super chat. It's not cheap, but we can make it happen.
So I'm pretty much done, but now I'm realizing if I do some fingerprints of this ink wash, it almost looks like spots on the turtle, which I kind of like.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do a little bit of that.
Sean, we need to see you with a toothbrush on here one week.
Well, dude, I need music. I'm doing fingerprints, man.
You need to lead me in as well.
Fingerpainting. All right. So Jamie, what I'm gonna need is more of a suspenseful music. Dun-dun.
Dun,
Oh, shit.
Dun, dun, dun. Fingers. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, Donatello. Dun, 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 dun. There you go.
Okay, there we go. Do a little bit more on his neck, and we'll call it a day.
People might be saying we don't pay Jamie enough for this abuse that we put him through.
Some might say that. All right, gang. Look at those highlights. Ooh, that's a sexy
Beautiful
mask.
stuff.
Sexy mask. And look at that. Look at the fingerprint spots. Ooh.
I think that should be bid more on because I did the music to it. I think that adds some like cultural significance. So
There you go. Yeah.
Hell
Jamie.
yeah.
Let's tip Jamie.
Josh Lewis bid 150 on Jim's Leo.
Nice.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's like, can we get just an exclusive super chat set to Jamie so he can buy some cheese? What were you talking about? Cheese curd? Whatever the fuck.
Cheese grits. Cheese grits.
Cheese curd.
Damn it. Dude, you're a Midwesterner. You're, cheese curds is your territory.
That's what I was gonna say. Cheese curds is a whole other thing. Like you probably don't.
Yeah,
wanna...
I did a con in Wisconsin, and I learned all about cheese curds. Phil Hester took me on a cheese curd adventure.
Yeah. It's like, oh, of course. Yeah.
Who else? Who better?
Shout out to Phil Hester. We love that dude.
Dude, that's a motherfucker we have to get on the show.
I would love
an
that.
OG. Phil, yeah, I mean, Phil is the dad of comics for all us creators. I think Phil had a hand in honestly, not even exaggerating. I'd say 30% of the working artists our age, Phil had a hand in their career. Would you agree with that, Jim?
Yeah, dude, I think I mentioned this on the first show we did, maybe, but Phil was like feeding me inking work when I was 17, 18 years old, when he was working on a book called Fringe at Caliber Press that Paul Tobin was writing. And Phil was like, dude, the pay is $0, but if you want to ink backgrounds and get some experience, I will FedEx pages to you. I'll pay the FedEx bills. I'll make sure your name, you get a little credit inside the book as an ink assist. And, I was 17. I was like, of course I'll do that.
Yeah, Phil's amazing. Phil's amazing. He's always looking out for new talent to help them. Also a wealth of knowledge. All right, Jamie, it's stamp time.
I see it.
Do we do stamp music or we just get in there?
I'm not a jukebox, guys. All right. I'm
Jamie's
not a jukebox.
Jamie's laying down the law now. He's laying it down.
One song each per stream.
You know what? We've created a monster, Jim.
Any more than that, I need royalties, right? So
Jamie's
one
all,
each
Jamie's
per
all
stream.
ego now. He's going Hollywood on us. He's the podcast editor.
I've been Hollywood, guys. Come on.
Hey, Sean, I remember back in episode 1, Jamie would do whatever we told him to do. Now he's developing attitude, and he's a diva. Like what the hell?
Yeah.
As soon as I end Sean's
got the
talk,
sweater
this
wrapped
isn't so hard.
He's got the sweater wrapped around his neck. the sunglasses on his head.
9 Panel Grid donated $5 saying cheese curd funds for Jazzy Jamie.
Oh hell yeah,
I
Jim! Thank
appreciate
you.
that so much, but I don't think
Thank
we get
you.
cheese curds here. But maybe Jim can buy me some and send them over.
Yeah, we
Very
got to
cool
get
of you.
Jamie over here to experience some shit. And then we
Yeah,
got to get over to
I
Jamie's neck. Jim, we have to get over to Scotland. That's what we got to do.
I would love that. I've never been. That would be
Either have
amazing.
I. Either have I.
Do you know what?
And you know,
I recommend that you don't and just let it be cool in your head because it's never that cool when you come. Trust me.
oh come on, those countrysides look breathtaking.
That's where I live. I live in like just it's like a small town, then just fields.
Oh, that's amazing.
Do they have a decent size comic book show over there or
There's a couple. There's like an MCM show. There's like an MCM Glasgow. I was at one just before we did the first one of these live streams. I was at one at Glasgow Comic Con, but there's never many kind of big artists over here. We don't get a lot of people over here.
Okay. Huh. Well, dude, we'll have to meet, at like Thought Bubble at some point or
Definitely.
get you over to or just come over for the most insane shit. Just come over for like New York Comic Con in October.
Dude, I
Oh my
would
God.
love to. I would love to come over for like a big con. That's always been like a dream, man. I'd love to.
And then you'll never want to hang out with us again after that.
All right, guys. My turtle is done. So just so you guys can all see, I'll zoom. I'll hold it up to the camera here in a second. Let me. Okay, here we go. So here's my Leonardo. So you got all these cool textures from all the cool different inking tools, cool little thumbprint, fingerprints, the highlights on the mask. It's on this really nice thick board. It's a nice piece with a frame, a nice blue mat, a thin blue mat, and then a black mat and frame. It'll look great.
It's beautiful.
So what are the bids at on this piece now, Jamie, currently?
Oh, sorry, I was muted there. I was speaking. I was saying this is at 275 right now, guys. You can still get your bids in.
Cool. Jim, how are you done, Jim?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is the lineup of my boys of the turtles for tonight.
So let's do a final run on two of yours, then we'll do mine, then we'll do the last two for you.
Awesome. So I think Leo.
Wait, I think it would be easier to do Jim's one at a time.
Yeah, that's what I said. We'll do two.
Oh right, sorry. I thought you meant two in one go. Sorry.
No. I meant do one, do another, then I'll go, then Jim.
Yeah. And guys, just to let you know, I'm going to do like a little bit of gray toning on these. And I kind of still mess with them after the show's over just to get them to where I want. But I mean, these are quick gesture pieces that are basically sort of finished pieces. But, I think $100. We got 150 at Leo, right?
Yeah.
Do we want to do a final? Sean, can you do it? Because you're the best at it.
Yeah. Which one are we doing right now?
Let's do
on Michelangelo right there from Beckerman.
Okay.
Which one's Michelangelo? Okay. Which number?
Oh shit! He was 4.
Okay.
All right. So push the other ones aside. Let's look at Michelangelo. Let's do a final run on this guy. All right. So we got Michelangelo Ninja Turtle right here. Current high bid is at 120. And we're going to start the countdown from 10 down. Now, remember, once we get to 5, any bid after the 5-second mark resets the timer to 5 seconds.
Josh Lewis just bid 130 right there.
All right. So we're not even. All right. So let's get this going. All right. So we're at 130 for Michelangelo. 10, 9. Jim got those awesome, long, scratchy marks in there. I love those when he does those. 8, 7. Yeah,
140 bid by Beckerman.
All right, 140. There we go. So now we're at 6. We're at 150. 150. All right, great. All right, 150.
155.
155. Great. Now this is what I'm talking about. 175. All right, now we're going. Now we're at 5 seconds. Any bid now resets the timer to 5 seconds. We're at 175 on Michelangelo. 4, 3. Yeah, Michael knows the bloodbath. This is from my inkpulp live days on a whatnot a few like last year. All right, we're at 3. Michelangelo's at 175. 2 seconds. Any last bids coming in? 175. Beautiful piece by Jim.
Come on,
One and
people.
sold to Josh Lewis for 170 fucking 5. Great job.
Yes. Josh,
Awesome.
thanks, dude.
All right. So
Josh, please email me through my website or DM me on Instagram with your address. So that was Josh for 175, correct?
yes, Josh for 175. And who's the next turtle we're going to do? Yours, Jim.
Let's do Raph next.
All right, let's see Raph. What's the current high bid on Raphael?
Which number is he?
He was 2 or no 1. I'm sorry, he's 1.
He was at $100. Josh Lewis again.
Okay, so Josh, yeah, right now you are the high bidder on Raphael. Josh said he's going for all of them. So if any of you want to get out there, just get ready for the fight. The bloodbath begins.
Oh damn!
And, you can take 5 seconds to sharpen your steel, but once we hit 5, it's getting bloody. So we're at $100, and we're 10, 9, and again, Jim's got the beautiful scratch marks. The freestyle legend. We are at 120 now on the Michelangelo piece. 120 at 8.
This is Raphael.
Oh, this is Raphael. That's right. This is 8, 7. I love the atmosphere you got on that leg too.
140.
That's dope. All right, 140. Here we go.
Guys, pouches, additional pouches, a strange little 8-ball puppet guy as Raphael's assistant. There might be a little gray tone added later, as I mentioned. You might not know what you're actually getting.
All right, 150. We're at 150, and we're at 6. And we're at 5. Now, any bids that come in from this point on, reset the timer back to 5. We're at 175. 5, 4, 3 is, I guess, Josh has got some pretty bad weaponry. Nobody steps in the gladiator arena when he's in. 2, and this is the last go round. Josh wins. Raphael for 175.
Thank you, Josh.
Yeah, Josh is balling tonight. All right, now we're going to switch over to my Leonardo with the dope blue mask.
Is that mask made of satin? It's like popping off of the...
It is satin. I cut and paste satin on there. No. Josh said I won't do this again. I really want these. So Josh is just being cool. He's just like, I'm such a Turtles fan and such a Jim fan. I got to get all 4 of those, but next show I won't do this. But it's not a bad thing. This is what auctions are about. All right. So what's the current bid on Leo over here?
We are at 275 from Daniel Goodwin.
All right, so Daniel's won every piece of mine on these shows. Is there a sniper out there ready to go to war? Let's see. All right, Leonardo, we're going to start at 10. We're at $275. 9, like Jim said, this beautiful blue satin mask that I painted on there, and experimental inking techniques with strange new tools. This is a whole strange new world of turtle art for me.
This is a beautiful piece, people. Gorgeous piece. Sean, can you give us the measurements on this piece, please?
Yes, this is a 9x12 piece on Strathmore mixed media board. Look at the thickness on that guy.
People, this Strathmore isn't for pussies. It's macho Strathmore. It's quality. It's for art collectors. It's got a shine to it. You can put this in your portfolio and brag to your family and friends. Shawnatello's Leonardo. One night only.
All right, down to 7 at $275. Nobody's challenging it. 6, 5. Now that we've hit 5, any bid will restart the counter to 5. We are at 275, guys. And I think people are scared of Mr. Godwin. I think that's what's going on here. Yeah, it is a good commercial for the artboard. 5, 4, 3. We're at 275. Is there any contenders out there that want to step in?
Let's see 300, guys. Come on.
Yeah, any 3. All right, we're at what number? We're at 3.
No, we're at 275. I said, let's see. Sorry.
Right. I got you. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
you're asking for 300. I'm saying the counter's at 3. If
Oh,
this was
sorry.
Ralph, I'd want this one too. Damn, Josh.
Don't be prejudiced against Leo, you guys. Don't be racist.
That blue is hitting though, I gotta say. 2. All right, anybody, one last chance, or Mr. Godwin's gonna get a third piece from me, and he won. Nice job. Thank you. 275 sold.
Hell yeah. Well done.
Thank you.
Leo's the GOAT, Marvin says.
All right.
And speaking of Leo,
So is this number
Alright.
2, Jim?
yes. Yeah.
Okay, we're at 150 for this.
All right, we're at 150 for Leonardo.
Yeah.
Mahfoud's Leonardo. Beautiful full figure drawing. And we'll start the counter at 10. 9. Congrats, Daniel. Thank you. 8. We got some good splatter effect. We heard the good music too when Jim was creating this. I got to say, personally, I like the whole composition of this piece.
The sword.
I like the sword and then the
sneakers.
The bandana pieces. Mr. Green is in the motherfucking house, Jim. Mr. Stephen Green.
What? Stevie Green, the funk machine.
Motherfucking Green. All right, Corey at 160. 175. Josh comes in. All right, we're at 7 at 175. 6. 5. Now that we've hit the 5 mark, any bids from here on out reset the counter back to 5. So we're at 175 for this Leonardo from Jim Mahfoud. 4.
Josh Lewis, my children are depending on you, brother.
Oh, Jim's. And how many cats and dogs? 2. All right, 175. Final call. Anyone coming in? 1. Sold to Josh Lewis. You got 3 turtles now, Josh. 3 mother. Were they 175 each? Is that what they're going for?
Yep.
So far, yep.
Fucking
Josh,
killer,
dude. Thank you, buddy.
Steve Green, what up, brother? Thank you for coming in. Glad you love the show. Miss you. Sending kisses.
Steve Green, you're a champion, brother. If you guys in the chat don't know Steve Green's art, I'm assuming you do, but
yeah, I would assume they do.
Go check out his wonderful work on the social medias, and he's with the Felix comic crew to buy original art or whatever you want to pimp it in the chat, Steve.
Yeah, Steve, pimp your shit. All right, Jim, what do we got here?
Final piece is Donatello. This was my first turtle of the night. And I don't know, did we have a number on him, Jamie?
We're at 100 right now from Josh as well.
Okay. So Josh wants this, guys. You can. He's going to fight for you. All right. So we're at $100 for Donatello, and we'll start the countdown. 10, 9, 8. This one is beautifully composed with a nice use of spotting blacks. 7. I think everyone just wants Josh to win at this point. He spent a lot of money. 6. Dope ass Donatello.
Donnie's coming.
Oh shit. Corey came in at $130.69, but Josh came right back at $150. Oh shit, it's on. I love Corey's that specific number, 130 and 69.
69,
right.
dude.
So the counter hits 5. Oh, we're at 165. Counter hit 5, so any bid resets at 5. 4. Corey with the fake bid. 3. Josh at 175. Corey, are you coming back from that, or is Josh going to win each turtle for 175? 2. This is your last chance, Corey. You coming in, or are we good? Josh gets it for 175. Josh, you won all 4 turtles.
Thanks, buddy. And this makes it super easy for me because I just mail them all to the same address. So,
Yeah, that's dope. Congrats, Josh. I'm glad you got all of them. You wanted them. You got
Josh,
in
thanks,
there. You
dude.
got your hands dirty, and you did it. And those are some solid pieces.
Wait, are those bids
Wait.
real? Corey at 185 and Josh at
That was
200?
after I called it, wasn't it? I guess we got to go with the high bid since they kept going. So Josh won it for 200. We'll say 200
Okay.
on that. All right, cool.
Okay.
All right, cool. Josh, don't worry about it. I mean, it was great. You made this show a lot of fun for people to watch. You made it really worth Jim's while. This is what bidding is all about. You wanted those turtles, and you did what you had to do to get them. So congrats.
These turtles are meant to stick together. They're brothers, you guys. Come on.
Yeah,
Let's
totally. All righty, people. So that's the show. Anything else you gotta talk about, Jim?
I do want to pimp the other YouTube show I do, Trash Movie Bonanza, with our homeboy Chris Pierce. Jamie is currently editing our new episode. Is that correct, Jamie?
That is
Wait,
correct.
hold
Yes.
on one sec, Jim. Hold on one sec. They're saying they had a lag. So can we give it to Josh for 175? Because that stuff came in after I called it. Instead of 200, Josh wins it for 175.
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna be a dick about
That's
it.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Josh,
Yeah.
you got it for 175. You're good. All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Talk about Trash Movie Bonanza.
Speaking of trash movie, Jamie, we're dropping episode 9 maybe this week.
Friday.
Is that right?
Friday.
And Jamie, while we're on it, could we see the Punker Mike teaser video, promo video, real quick?
We can. Let's play it right now.
Let's do it.
Trash Movie Bonanza with your hosts, Jim and Chris.
God damn.
That is so
Very cool.
good. Dude, I love that the like early Company Flow LP sounding beat on there. It's so dope.
Yeah, that's a buddy of mine in New York who did that beat.
So dope.
And we want to thank Punker Mike, Punker_Mike on Instagram. Check out his stuff, guys. And yeah, and then my links are below if you guys want to buy books that I showed off during the show, the Ninja Turtles print. You can score all that stuff on my website. I will be at Heroes Con with Sean Crystal getting weird. I'm sorry, Dragon Con. We already did Heroes.
I was like, what did I miss?
We already did Heroes, but I'm just in that kind of mood, Sean, the Heroes Con mood. But
I got you.
Dragon Con is also happening, and that's in late August. So come check us out.
Yes, we will definitely be there. For me, keep an eye out when I'm starting to take on tattoo clients because I'm working on that. My website is the beta is up. You're welcome to go check it out at inkpulp.tv. But when the final is done, I'm going to encourage everyone to go check it out and subscribe to the newsletter. And you also get to subscribe to the website, which is the website. I don't think of it as mine. It's like the home of the Ink Pulp community. I'm going to have message boards on there. There's going to be all kinds of good stuff. Ink Pulp instruction will be moving over there, so there'll be some free lessons on there. Also selling all the videos I've made, and there's just going to be a lot of cool shit. And the newsletter is going to have a lot of good info. I'm going to do my monthly bite-sized lesson through the newsletters too. So keep your eye on that. Feel free to go check it out now. You can sign up for the newsletter now. It is active. We're just tweaking a few things like the merch area, which I'll have merch on there. And we're going to have a VIP area, which will be a monthly subscription, and you'll get access to private conversations on message boards and previews of what I'm doing. I'll have like inkpulp instruction stuff only for the subscribers, stuff like that. It's coming.
That's awesome. And guys, our next show is July 24th, Wednesday night, and it's a Wolverine Deadpool themed episode.
Because
that damn movie's dropping the same weekend.
and Jim, I don't know if I've talked to you about this. I think one of the cool things about doing this is I think there's a chance that a Deadpool story I did is part of the movie.
No shit, dude.
Yeah,
I know. Is it by chance part of this?
Oh shit! It's not part of the Max books. No.
Okay, because
oh,
I don't think he was in the chat tonight, but West Coast Davengers sent me a care package this week, and he threw these in there, dude.
Oh, those are all, dude. So go back one. That right there might be the best script I've ever worked from. It is so, it's Lapham. And it's
David Lapham.
It is so deep, dark, and emotional, disguised as a comedy. It's just brilliant.
Damn. Okay, I'm gonna try and read these tonight, dude. But Sean, I had never seen these.
Dude, Deadpool Max, those are good reads. My art was a little rough, but yeah, those are good reads.
But dude, this first issue, the lineup of talent: David Lapham, Kyle Baker, our boy Sean Crystal, and Lee Lowridge. Because
so that was like some short stories. So Kyle Baker was the main artist, but whenever Kyle needed like some time to catch up, they'd put me on a fill-in. So I think I've done even more than. Oh, that one's amazing. There's strippers in that one.
Okay. Okay. Now you're speaking my language.
But I think I did even maybe one or two more issues of that. But yeah, that was a good run.
That's so cool, man. Awesome. Well, you guys, thank you so much, everyone who super chatted. We love you. Thank you to everyone who was in the chat. Thank you to Jazzy Jamie Wood for putting up with all of our shenanigans. You guys are awesome. We appreciate it.
Yeah, you guys rock. Josh, thank you for really getting in there and getting all four pieces from Jim. And Daniel, thank you as always. Daniel owns every piece I've done on this show so far.
Damn, that's awesome. Yeah, Josh, thank you so much. And I will pack these guys up this weekend and get them out to you.
Awesome. All right, fellas. We will see you in 2 weeks. Well, I will be at Mr. Mahfoud's house for that one.
Yeah, the Skull Funk Labs, dude. We're gonna be going live from here, so it's gonna be fun.
And shout out again to Shasta for the big super chat.
Definitely.
Hell yeah.
You good to go, guys?
Yep.
Yes, sir. Cut it off. Hey, Inkpulp community. We've got a really special public service announcement for you right now.
Listen up, suckers. In 2020, the corrupt corporate comics conglomerate told artists to put pencils down. But it's 2024, brothers and sisters, and we at Inkpulp Live aren't messing around. We're here to bring craft back alive. And we want all you ink pulpers and skull funkers to join us in our journey. The rewards you will reap will be pure success and financial freedom. For example, our editor, Jazzy Jamie Wood, he's got 7 children, 3 dogs, and 2 cats. You think he's worried? No, he's sleeping at night on a big bag of money. Sean Crystal's out there in the Florida Everglades on the weekends, riding a jet ski, eating shrimp tacos and alligator steaks. What I'm trying to say is, my community, you follow your instincts. You join us on this journey. And we're going to be out there ranking on cornballs and calling out fake suckers and making this art pure and beautiful and true again. You know I'm right. You know where your allegiance belongs. And we got the pure heart and the heavenly glory raining down on us. And you know that truth and pure ink is on our side. We'll see you in the promised land. And you know where to join us. And we'll see you out there.
Dude, that was